we've seen technology just grown exponentially over the last year. I think the Caribbean culture has been slow in adapting to such a digital sphere for many years, and we're forced into digital transformation over the last year. COVID did quite a number on us. Some good, and some not so good. However, we would have seen now with the advent of this homeschooling, this whole concept of work and school from home, that there's a lot more demand for printing and printing supplies. As much as we would like to be a paperless society, we see that there's a need on a daily basis. Tell me, um, because I'm sure you've experienced it. I'm sure you would have heard it from your resellers and even your consumers. And we purchased this really good deal. We purchased this printer because it's like a really good package. It's like $500, and it's like, okay, great. And then you put it on your desk and you literally sit and watch it collect dust over a couple of months because you simply can't afford the supplies.
That's an excellent point. It's also a pain point that I receive in discussions with end users. We've done a couple floor days at different retail stores across Trinidad. I have amazing partners, and the it's the same song that's been sung by clients that walk in, and they discuss how much more work their kids have because it's work from home, and everything's reliant now on being available at home, which includes printing. I've also seen it across social media where you see people post up, they're looking for this consumable or that consumable, and they're asking for help and recommendations. This is a competitive advantage that Epson brings to the table. It's such an amazing feeling when you get feedback from people who have bought an Epson, and they say it. They say, look, I know that's an initial investment, and they understand when they do the calculated costs what competitors' consumables would cost versus ours. A simple thing as the amount of ink that you get in the bottles that come with an eco tank, an Epson eco tank. It's 60 milliliters of ink. It's interesting that you asked that question though, because I was on Instagram this morning and I saw it's my 1 year anniversary of owning my own Epson eco tank, and I took a photo of how much ink that I've consumed for that 12 months, and it's barely even hit 1/4 of the ink tank itself. So it goes to show that if I continue on this trend, the inks that are in my eco tank right now, it'll last me another year and a half maybe. And this is what makes a real impact on families who can't leave every week to go out and buy consumables for their printer. Especially when they're in the midst of printing one of their kids' assignments and their ink runs out and they're in this quandary now as to what to do. Um, it really goes to show that they are seeing the return on investments, even psychologically, because they're at peace. There's a certain amount of peace of mind, knowing that you have all this ink available to you, and that it's a unique piece of equipment that adds value now to their home life, and to the life of the kids who are at home and they're at school, and even work from home. You see people who usually would have to pop out and collect, consumables every month on month, whereas I get such great reviews from colleagues, former colleagues even, in different workplaces who bought an Epson, and they tell me, I haven't been out to buy inks in 6 or 8 months, and they're excited about it, and they see the quality of the print and they see the quality of the machine, and it makes me really proud to represent a brand like this that can bring so much good value to people who are struggling with enough as it is due to the pandemic.